Go ahead.
Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting parents whose children have passed. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non religious background, and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at this meeting is voluntary. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Discussions here are not designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Zoom meetings run by leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with our children who've passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of Helping Parents Heal leaders and members, so we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're here. Thank you, Drew. Everyone's in for a treat tonight.
That is for sure. And Drew sent me a shorter bio, so I was going to read his shorter bio so that everybody can know a little bit about him. Again, I think everybody knows that Drew initially was never planning to become a medium. That was not something that he had set out to do. And so it came later on in life, and I am going to quickly, because I can't find it on my laptop, I had put it there. We have so many meetings today. There we go. So I have it now. Born a natural medium and psychic, Drew largely ignored the presence of these gifts throughout what he would be considered his normal life. That is, until a series of traumatic losses and life-altering events brought forth a latent, enhanced spiritual awareness that he was simply no longer able to ignore. From that point forward, Drew became relentless with his thirst for spiritual understanding. He attended the prestigious Arthur Findlay College of Mediumship and Psychic Sciences in England, and he went on to spend years working and training in and development around the globe, learning from the best of psychic medium mentors, and of course, the world of spirit. His overall mission is to bring forth the teachings of a universal spirituality accessible to everyone, with which we may draw upon to collectively grow, heal, and explore our highest potential together. And his website is www.mediumdrew.com. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat box. And without any further ado, please join me, Irene, and Kathy in welcoming wonderful Drew, Medium Drew.
Drew Callie Polifrone.
Exactly. I want
Thank
to
you
say
so much. It's great to be here, everybody. Thank you. And thanks for the ladies for hosting and helping. It takes everybody to put this together. So I'll just say that, look, I'm always grateful, and it's always an honor and a privilege to share this space, especially with people like yourselves. And I'm glad that not only do you guys have each other, but you have a community that you can kind of have some outreach in that makes sense of what can be very, very probably the most difficult, if not definitely the most difficult thing ever. So when I do this, I never know who's going to come through, how long they're going to stay, right? I know everyone wants to hear from their child, and I do try to set the intention for that. However, it's important to me that the authenticity and the integrity is like first and foremost. So I might start with your mom, might be your mother-in-law, right? So all I would say is, if I get the name Joe and the name's John, maybe you can give that to me, right? I can't make a Stephen into a Peter. But sometimes, there's certain, or I can, the information I receive won't be incorrect, but the context I put it in can be, which is on me. Like I don't receive it wrong, but I can relay it to you wrong. So I might get, your mom's here and you have 3 children, and you'll say no. I'll say, oh, your mom is one of 3, or you're one of 3, kind of thing. So, and I don't want to make everything fit, but I don't want to miss anything either. I want to try to give you the most impactful spiritual experience I can. And like what was said, is I never thought that I would be doing this. Like if you knew me 15 years ago, we both laugh that I do this. I curse like a truck driver. I don't levitate. I don't have a bad phone to God. My life is not easy. And I too went through a lot. I had PTSD, came back from the war, 2006, and then went straight into work and got married. My mom passed of cancer. She was the type of mom all 3 of us kids thought were her favorite. She was just a great mom. I'm Irish and Italian. You can't get raised any more Catholic as far as tradition. And my wife and I, my ex-wife now, we had a stillborn baby girl at 8 months and 1 week, October 28th. And about, I think it was like 20 something days later, my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, took his own life in a very violent way. So it was a very short period of time which propelled me to go into therapy and get better. And I ended up getting sober, and then this started happening. And I always used to say it happened to me, but it happened for me. So please know that the psychic medium is just the spiritual sign in the spiritual shop. I don't know everything. And I feel like if I don't get some things wrong, I'm not trying hard enough. All right. I'm very comfortable being uncomfortable. So we'll get this going. Okay. Do you have any questions before we start?
If I was just going to say, if there are any questions, just write them in the chat box. But most important things here are that you write whatever you get in the chat box, and then also that if you're driving, which it doesn't look like anybody is, please pull over before you take a message. And then third thing is that if you do have a message come, please know how to put your video on if it's not on right now, so that we can all see you, and Drew especially can see you. And that's all, Drew.
Love
Sorry.
it. And I'm not too much of a stickler, but I want to make sure that I get the right person to the right person. So if I get the right person to the right person, generally speaking, it won't go yes, maybe, kind of, no, sort of. If I think I have the right person or the wrong person, I'll have to move. So please don't take it personally. I want to make sure that we do that link the right way. It gives the best outcomes. Also, yes, no, I don't know are good answers. If you tell me too much, I don't read for people I know or I love, because then I have to compete with, do I know this? Did you tell me this, or am I getting this? And there's a very fine line before that. Okay. So actually, before we start, can we just close our eyes just for a few seconds? Just allow your breath to get into a natural rhythm. Just breathe up through your lower back. A nice deep breath, and out clear waves of energy through every pore in your skin. One more time, and just notice any resistance. And just breathe into that resistance. And as you continue to breathe, you notice this perfect pearl at the root of your breath. And it expands outwards like a star in the sky. This beautiful white light. Just notice your breath becoming white. And just open your hearts and your minds to those in spirit without expectation or demand, just with love and respect and honor. You can open your eyes. Thank you. So first person I have here is, I have a younger girl, and I would want to say she has blondish hair. And there's something here with the name like a Katie or a Kelly connected. And I have to say, this girl feels younger to me, younger than 15. I could be wrong on the age, but this is how it feels to me. And I also want to say she has blue eyes. Does anyone understand this? And if the name isn't her name, but it's connected to her, I'm okay with that.
So Jamie is saying that her daughter was young and blonde, blue eyes. And Ludmilla is also saying, I have a 14-year-old daughter. She has green eyes. Lisa Feinstein is saying, my daughter Kate, blonde, blue eyes.
Let
Lisa,
me go with Lisa.
oh, Lisa Feinstein? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
There's
Because that,
another Lisa right
oh
after.
yeah, I see that. Okay.
So which,
Um,
I'm sorry, you
can we
wanted,
put both of them up?
yeah,
Okay.
Isn't that interesting that we have,
two Lisas with
I always find it really
daughters that are,
crazy how that works. Yeah.
well, there's a lot of synchronicities that happen in this new lifetime, huh? So let's go
Hey,
ahead.
Lisa, or hey,
Hi.
Lisas.
By the
So I'm
way,
going to
there's
call you
two of
Lisa
me.
F, and I'm going to call you Lisa.
Yeah.
I'll call you Lisa F. Okay.
Uh,
So let me just try to tune in a little bit here and make sure that I can keep you both up. And I want to. I just want to make sure I can do this. So would I feel like this is for Lisa F, but for right now, I'll leave it open to you two. Do you understand that this younger girl would have been maybe like 12 or younger, maybe 13 or younger?
No, so that may not be me.
Okay.
My
So how old, Lisa? What's that, Lisa?
19. She died.
And the other Lisa?
30.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just stay with this. So just hang with me a sec. Can we get Jamie up here?
Sure.
Because she was the first one that came up and I kind of thought I was with her. So would you guys also understand that your daughter was ill?
Yes.
Okay. So Jamie, would you understand this with your daughter that she was like sick?
Can you unmute
Okay.
Jamie?
So regular Lisa, I'm gonna let you go, okay? Only because I just want to try to minimize that.
Absolutely.
But
Yes.
if we can come back, I will.
So
All
let's
right.
figure out.
Hi.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you. All right. So let me just stay with this a little bit. So, Jamie, would you understand your daughter being 15 or less? How old was she? Can't hear you.
Yeah.
We can't hear you. Can you turn up
There's
your
no
volume?
sound, and you're not muted. There's just no sound. So go to your settings where it says audio on the bottom left. First, you want to unmute it. And then there's a little settings. Go into audio. I hear myself. Try talking.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Can you turn, well, whatever. So I was going to say turn it down so I don't get this big echo. But so Jamie, you understand your daughter's name, was she Kelly or Katie?
No.
Okay. So Lisa F, you understand that name?
Kate.
Kate.
Who's
Okay.
Kate? Yeah.
Okay. But so if I say Katie and the name's Kate, you got to give that to me.
Oh yeah, I know. Totally.
All right.
I'm
All
just
right.
saying,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Fair
no.
enough. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
So so let me just
Yeah.
try to fine tune this. So I really feel like I'm with Jamie on this. So I'm just going to mute you, Lisa F, but I want you to stay here. Okay. Just hang tight. So Jamie, you understand that this was something that went on for a period of months, but like for something, there's something here about 8 or 9 months. I don't know if that's like indicative of the last year of it being really like, and also, do you
Yes.
understand that you thought everything was going to be okay, or they gave you some sort of false hope and then it didn't pan out? Or is that, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you also understand this is something wrong with her blood?
I mean,
So was it cancerous?
yes, it was cancer.
So, and again, the impression I got, my diagnostic might not be that great,
Yeah.
or diagnosis, but my impression will be very like unmissable for me. So I
Mhm.
just keep getting, and also, so does she have 2 other siblings?
No.
So does she have one? Is she one of 2?
One. Yeah.
Okay. She's one of 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And also is a brother?
Yes.
Okay. And is he like a year younger?
No.
Okay. So is he younger?
No. folder.
I don't know why I keep getting that. Okay. And also, I just want to make sure this is correct. So your daughter would have blonde hair and blue eyes, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And also, was this like something along the lines of 3 years or less ago?
No, more.
Okay. I might have this mixed with Lisa F. Lisa F, does some of this make sense for you? So can you just tell me what does, and I'll try to separate the two, because I know, like, I keep getting very powerful impressions, and when I get a no, I'm almost surprised. Not that I can't get the wrong. I'm going to prompt you to unmute. Don't get stressed. Let's see it. We're going to work this through. I promise. Lisa, you just have to unmute.
Yeah. I'm on, sorry,
There you
I'm on two screens. We, she has a younger brother, and she died a year and a half ago.
Okay. So, so both of you, please just forgive me for going back and forth. I don't mean to make this complicated. I just need to go here for a little bit. So I want to say also, I keep seeing something here about November. It's either like a birthday or a passing or something very significant. Do either of you understand that?
Did you say November?
Yes, November. Is that a no?
My,
Mm-mm.
my birthday's in November, and that's when we found her cancer
Okay.
came back.
I'll take it. I'll take that. So Jamie, just stay with me a sec. It's interesting because I'm seeing a younger
Okay.
girl, but all the information I'm getting seems to be going to Lisa F. So just know both your daughters are here, and I'll try to do the best that I can with this. Okay. They do try to, I guess you guys, people call it piggybacking, but
Mhm.
I try not to let it get too crazy. So Lisa F also, so do you understand that like she would have passed like 6 months later-ish after finding out?
After November, she died 6 months later.
Okay. So just say yes.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. And also that, you said she has a younger brother, right? And he was about a year
Yes.
younger. And also, does he have the tattoo for her?
No,
Do you?
no,
That's my son.
no.
He does. Your son does? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Like I just kept getting like it's
Yeah.
a cursive or there's something like honoring her name. Okay.
Yep.
Like birth date or name, or it's got her birth or years.
Her initials.
And also,
Yeah.
what's that? I'm sorry, there's a little
Her
bit of a delay.
initials. Mhm.
Her initials, got it. And also that, so I just want to make sure. So I also have somebody's dad here. Lisa, did your dad pass?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm really aware of him. Jamie, yours did not, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So Lisa, I just need to let you know that dad like comes in really quickly. And also, do you understand with dad that there's a very sharp mind here with him?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Okay. Well, don't
smart.
say it like not everyone has that. So I'm just saying. You're like, oh, of course. But I get that he comes in because, and also there's a very warm and loving feeling with him. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And I just get it in a way that, listen, I deal with this every day. Not all dads are the same. Not all moms are the same. So none of this, I'm trying not to be general, but I need to give it the way that I'm getting it. He just makes me feel like he just needs you to know that he's with her. And also her grandmother, your mom's mom.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that? And it's like a very special
Yes.
relationship. Okay. And also who would be like the name that starts with E, like Ed? I'll be okay if it's a female name, but I keep getting this capital E. You understand that?
Yeah. It's not coming to mind, but
Okay.
I don't know.
That's okay. So I'm going to just step back a little bit. I just need you to know that your dad's here with your daughter, and also, I don't understand this. So did your son just get his first car?
He drives. He's
Okay.
been driving for a little while, but yeah.
Right. So is he in his first car?
I guess, yeah. Yes.
Okay. So What were you gonna say?
No, nothing.
Okay. So let me just try to figure out where this is going. So one thing I keep getting is
And then I don't.
what?
No, I don't know if the other Lisa whose daughter passed. She said her dad started with an E. Anyway, I'm sorry to confuse you. The one that has like
Yeah,
a
no,
30-year-old daughter. Maybe everyone's on this or something. I don't know.
maybe
Oh my
this
God.
tends to happen at HPH, you know. It always surprises me how like,
Um,
you know, I
I
work
know.
so hard to not let it get overwhelming. But whenever I come to this, I'm like, all right, we got to just organize the chaos and let it flow.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So, okay. I just keep getting that it's very important with your daughter, Lisa F, that she keeps giving it to me in a way that, like, because it was such a surprise, there's still shock here. And she just keeps giving it to me in a way that, like, she just needs you to know that she's here on the other side. You've heard from her at least 3 times, correct?
I've had mediums and
So yes or no? Is it 3 times
yeah,
or more?
yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I just need
Yeah.
you because if we keep having a conversation, I
Yeah.
keep coming out of it.
Okay, yeah.
So she just keeps making me feel like she's constantly trying to get through, and there's this this feeling like you got to a certain point and then it almost got harder. So I guess like and I want to say it's more recent or like August till now, it's like all of a sudden it's getting real. And I just have to say that she just keeps making me feel like she keeps showing me butterflies. She keeps showing me butterflies over and over. And that, and also this is kind of interesting. Do you still have like, she keeps making me smell like perfume. Do you understand that? Do you have like a certain scent of something that she would have wore?
I smell smells that are not really perfume smells, but they remind me of her. Just like
Okay.
definitely.
She just, and the big thing is like I can feel your like hurt and the anger and the frustration, and also that like almost like how the heck did we miss this?
Oh yeah.
You know, how did somebody miss this?
10%. That's like my big thing.
You
Yeah.
also understand that, like, I don't know if I'm right on this, but do you understand that there's like almost like either a growth or little growths inside?
Yes. It
Okay,
actually grew out of her body and out of her incision. Yes.
got it. And she just keeps like not to relive that, but she just wants you to know that this is really her and that she's totally fine now. And also she's very beautiful. She just shows me herself in a very like glowing way, like almost like if you're a little girl, like you'd want to be displayed like this princess kind of, whoa, that's how she shows me. And also she was very strong. And also she didn't want you guys to be too upset, but she had a hard time herself palating this. She just makes me feel like it's like she was a trooper, but she just kept trying to keep her mind strong. But she keeps showing me like these last 2 or 3 months, it was just like
Oh, no.
a very steep decline. Yeah.
Oh.
I got to say this, that I know you were there till the very end. There were, I can't tell if this is 3 or 4 of you were there. Does that make sense?
When she died?
Yes.
Yeah, it was my husband and I were there and the hospice nurse.
Okay. So do you understand that it's better that her brother wasn't there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Because I just get that the only reason I'm bringing this up is because she's showing me that like, she just wants him to know that.
Yes.
Like she just wants to be remembered for who she was. And also she kind of refers to him like in a funny way, like he could be a pain in the ass kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like in a funny way where she's like, that little son bitch, you know, like she's just funny, but also she just doesn't want him to hold anything like he should have been there or that he missed something. It's much better for him to, like, you guys needed to see it in order to accept it, that she could no longer be here. I just keep getting this thing also that
that looks like her. That's her. I don't know if it looks like her. I just put her in the background.
yeah, no, she's beautiful. And also, do you wear her earrings?
My ears have closed up, so I don't really want to.
So have mine.
But
So do you have a pair of her earrings, like specifically?
I do. I have a necklace
Okay.
of hers that I sometimes wear. Actually, she's like wearing it there. But
She's
anyway,
the Kate, right? With the K?
Kate. Yeah, it was a
Okay.
K. Yeah.
And also who would be like the Marie or Mary or Maria?
Oh, there's her boyfriend's mom, Marina, and she was so helpful the whole time.
Okay.
She
So
was
just
there
know that
every
I don't
day.
mean to cut. Yeah. And she just keeps showing me that, like, even at the end, like she shows me like tears down her face, and
Yeah.
she shows me like, you understand, I don't mean to, I promise you, I don't, this isn't like what I want to do. This is just how I'm
Yeah.
receiving it. But she just keeps making me feel like it looked a lot more painful than it was. It looked a
Okay.
lot more uncomfortable than it was. Almost like I'm standing beside myself, witnessing, and I'm in myself. And I have to give you that in a very specific way. So the greater part of her was consciously separated. I've gotten this with people with Alzheimer's or people that are very ill. Okay. And also, I keep getting this very hard one syllable D name. Do you understand that? And there's a black dog on the other side.
Oh, black dog. I mean, he's alive, but he's very old. So
Fine. Is he lavish?
He's a black lab.
All right.
Yeah.
So she's just trying to show me that she's next to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel him. I think that he feels her all the time. Yeah. And
Hold on. And also, I thought she was trying to get me his name, but I'm not sure. So Lisa, listen, I just
thank you.
she just wanted to make sure that she just wanted to make sure that you know that she's with everyone else and she's home. She's okay. And also, I have to say this, she doesn't want you to lose faith.
The D name is my mom, Daria, probably.
Okay. Your mom's living, right?
No, she died.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
And we said her name when she died. Like we said, you're going. My mom loved my daughter, so it's like we.
And one of the things. So, do you understand the memorial? Hang on. Is there like a very specific, like either picture of her that was drawn?
There's a plaque for her at the pool, and Kate drew, but
Okay, fair enough.
Memorials, yeah.
And also, did she have like an affinity for horses? Yes or no?
That's more my thing. I don't know what's
fair enough. She just kept showing me almost like I wanted to draw horses or that kind of landscape.
Yeah.
And she keeps talking about how you found like a white feather.
I do. Yeah. And
all right. So that's cool because listen, I've had a lot of people pass. I've never gotten a white feather. Okay. So just know she just keeps making me feel like, Mom, I'm trying to make you special. I'm trying to make this special. But she's definitely your angel and she just doesn't want you to worry. She just doesn't want you to worry. And she just keeps talking about how she still looks good in blue. She still looks good in blue.
Oh, thank you. That's her color. She's happy. That's all I want to know. She's happy. She's okay.
She is. Yeah.
Okay.
I've never had anybody come through and be like, you should be less happy. Do you know what I mean?
No,
they only want
to be happy. I don't care
right, but they only want for us, like they're not. I never felt any. I felt what we feel here through them, and they're focused on it. But I never felt that they're not whole.
Okay.
That's the best way I can explain it. Okay. And she just keeps talking about you'll get at least one more visit before the holidays or during the holidays, but she wants it to be a surprise and unexpected while you have visitors. So it won't be where you're thinking about it and you'll get something and you'll know. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that, Lisa. I just need you to know that like you guys did everything right. You did everything right. All right. I got one more thing. Are there like something with the bracelets or bands around the wrist?
I've got them right here. And they're, oh, sorry, ovarian cancer. I don't know if you can see them. Yep.
Got it. Yep. She knows that you're honoring her. She doesn't want you to dim your light, to think that it'll help her. All right. She just wants you to do the best you can. I know it's really hard. I'll leave you with that. Okay. I wish you all the best, Lisa. No, thank you. So Jamie, let me try to see if I can connect this So one more time, what's the first name of your daughter?
Alexa.
Okay. And she was young, right? This is the,
Mhm.
I just want to make sure I have to like kind of disconnect from that
Yeah.
whole flow of
Yeah.
information. Okay. And also, now she had blonde hair.
Yes.
Okay. So is there like a picture of her with like a almost bangs? Or is she just showing it to me like that? I feel like I have like either braids and like I have very straightish hair. Is that true? Say no if it's
No.
not true.
No.
Okay. She just keeps showing me all sorts of pink too. Like bows in the hair and all the girly
Mhm.
stuff and like I don't fully understand this. So did you actually like do you have like a wall dedicated to her or is her room still like the way it was?
And literally this week I'm I'm in a new house and I'm keep calling it the Alexa room and I'm starting to gather like art and things to put on the
She
walls.
loves that. She
Oh,
loves it, but
good.
she doesn't want it to be like churchy.
Yeah.
She's very funny. She just makes me feel like she wants it to be warm and fuzzy, like warm and comfortable for people to like
Mhm.
sit in or gather, like almost like I don't need a whole room, Mom, you know?
Mhm.
But also she must have been really into like, I don't know, my daughter, I keep getting all these references through my daughter, like princesses, and like all this stuff,
Mhm.
like almost like sticker paint on the wall. I don't know. Uh, and also she keeps talking about, so your birthday's coming up.
No.
So did your birthday just pass? No.
Mm-mm.
So what's the May reference?
Hers and my birthday.
Okay. She kept trying to say that happy birthday, and I kept feeling like it's like right now. So
Mm.
at least we got it. I got the first part wrong. She just needs you to know she's with you all the way. And she'll never stop trying to connect. And
Mhm.
she doesn't want you to think that like it's okay to stay connected to everyone and to continue to like grieve and even sometimes go backwards and go forward because especially she keeps making me feel um like everything good that happens you have that feeling where it's like she doesn't get to celebrate it and also I don't know there must be some sort of releasing of balloons. Do you understand that?
Mhm.
Hey, was that on the
Yeah.
beach?
It has been.
Okay.
Mhm.
um she just needs you to know she loves you and whatever you feel like you want to do for her is fine.
Mhm.
She just wants you to know how much she felt loved. She felt very loved, and she'll always be yours.
Thank you.
And you did a great job. You're a great mom. She doesn't want you to doubt anything.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I'll leave you with that, Jamie.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to move so
Okay.
quick, but thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for your
That's okay.
patience.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Um,
That's great. So much fun to listen to these. Thank you, Drew. So did you want to go
yeah,
and
no,
see the
absolutely.
gallery because you're spotlighted right now? Can you?
Yeah, I just opened it back up. Let me. It's okay. You can leave me the. I think my big bald mug is on there. Um, so the next thing I have is it's like a beacon. You have to be careful of the lights. So I got to say, this is a little unusual, but I have two boys together coming through. Does someone understand this? So, like, I don't know if they were related, but they feel connected, like not that far in age, but it's like it feels like family. Does someone understand this? And I feel like this is like, let me just say this. So I feel like one would have passed and then the other one would have passed relatively quickly right after. And I don't fully understand this, but I know that one feels like it was an accident. I'm not sure on the other one. Um, and also, I just keep getting this reference. Does anyone understand that or no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Kathy does, obviously, but also iPad is asking young boys or older. So let's see. And
So would
then
they be in their 20s?
20s for Kathy, very close to that, I think, but not quite. Let's see. Madeline is saying my son passed 5 years after his brother. We have a lot of possibilities, possibly.
So let me stay with this. So the name that one of the initials and names that I keep getting is like a Ryan or a Robert or a Robbie. All right. I don't know if it's their name, but I keep getting this name like it has to be connected to this. I almost want to say like Robbie or Ronnie. And I just keep getting that these two boys, two young men knew each other. And I don't know if they're cousins or brothers, but I just keep getting like they're like family. And I feel like one of them would have been somewhat accountable for their passing and the other one was like an accident. Does this make sense for anyone? I just can't get off of this, like the way that they went and the separation.
So Lindsay's saying me. And Carol's saying yes, but not the name. Ange is saying my son passed and had a few close friends die. My son's friend was named Ryan. My last name is Roberts. This is Lindsay, and Lindsay was saying it's her. I'm not sure. She must.
So is Lindsay the one that said Ryan?
No, Lindsay
All right. So there's a lot.
said that it said it was me. But the Ryan is Ange. And that was with close friends of her son who passed.
We try Lindsay. Can we try Lindsay?
Okay, so let's try Linz.
I'm just going with my gut. I just want to see if I can make these connections.
Right, so there she is. Hi, can you unmute? There we go.
Hey,
Oh, there you are. Hey, Lindsay, how are you?
good. How are you?
Well, that's such a loaded question. I'm sorry to even ask that. Doing this, I don't know why that comes out. So you do understand that the two younger men or boys would have passed. So were they your sons?
My son and my cousin.
Oh, I was gonna say son and nephew. Okay. And was one of them by their own hand?
We don't know.
Okay.
It was
So-
supposedly an accident.
Okay. But then the other one I get is very quick and unexpected, like an accident.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. Okay. And also, do you understand why? So, did you say the R had anything to do with you or no?
My last name is Roberts.
Okay, I'll take that. So, and also, do you understand that? I just want to make sure I got this right. So, who'd be like the John or the Joseph?
No.
What's your son's first name?
Taylor.
So, is he like between 16 and 19 when he passed?
He was older than that.
Okay. By how much? Like, what was the age?
Both boys were in their 20s.
All right. I'm not sure if I can. I just want to make sure that. Let me try. So, Lindsay, you would understand that still obviously your cousin was like 2 years older.
He was older. Yes.
Okay. And was this in the last 2 or 3 years that he passed, your son?
3 years ago.
Okay. And do you understand why you keep showing me December? It's not the holidays. It's like something around December.
No.
Really? And your father passed?
Yeah.
Okay. So is December have anything to do with him? I can't get off of this December, and I don't mean to like force feed it, but when I get something like that,
No.
I can't, like, I keep getting it, and I keep getting like this number 12 over and over and over. All right. So just remember I said that. I'm not exactly sure what that is. And also, so you understand with your dad too. I just want to make sure I don't get this right, or I do get this right. Do you understand with him that like he worked very hard for everything he had?
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a humility about that with him. Do you understand that? right? It's almost like I appreciate everything I have because of all the stuff that I had to go through. And
Yeah.
it's like he like makes it very purposeful for him. His purpose was to like protect, provide, and love. And were there three of you?
Yeah. Hmm.
And also, he just makes me feel like it was a surprise that the girls were easy to relate to.
Oh, yeah.
And he does make me feel a little bit old school, but he was very focused on what he did. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
And like there's a security feeling with him. Like I want to save money. I want to put things away. I want to kind of like build. And everything needed to be secure. And he's just showing that he was a family man. He's just very proud of you. And he just keeps showing me that your son's on the other side.
Thank you.
And also, so is it true that your son would have had darker hair?
He was dirty blonde.
Okay. So, and also, so do you understand with him, he liked to party?
Yeah.
Okay. Just feel like, and he smoked weed, right?
Yeah.
I can smell it like everywhere. But it's almost like he's joking, like he had all these methods. So he's showing. So did he get caught like making an apple bowl?
Probably.
Okay. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? I mean, I know what I'm talking about. But he just shows me like, and the toilet paper roll with the dry cleaning or the dryer sheet. So he's just funny. He just wants to keep it light for you. And also there's this other thing. So is it true he has a niece?
Yes.
Okay. And I know, keep getting this over and over. Like, was it just her birthday?
Possibly it would have been more on his dad's side that I
Who's
know.
who's actually in love with, like, I have to say this, like sea turtles? Yes, I know it sounds bizarre. I can't stop getting it. So is there like a funny story about SeaWorld or some sort of aquarium or no?
Yeah, we've done that before.
Okay,
Together.
fair enough. Fair enough. Because the way I was getting is like specifically those kinds of beautiful animals and like where you can observe and it was like beautiful. And in a weird way, I know. But also he just keeps giving me this too that you write to him, true?
Mm-hmm.
He loves that.
Oh.
Absolutely loves that. And he keeps showing me there's like two candles and then there's something that you put or you write or you put in between. I don't understand this. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
And also that. So did he call you Ma?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I just kept hearing Ma. Ma. He just wants so bad. And also it's interesting. He makes me feel like you were not only his mom, but you were his friend.
Yes, we grew up
in a
together.
very, very strong way.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that he loved that. He absolutely loved that. And he's just sorry that he was so reckless. That's how he gives it to me, that he was reckless. And I don't know, whatever he does, he likes to do fast. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
I feel like I can hear revving engines, riding bikes, like whatever I'm doing, I'm going fast.
Mhm.
And like he just called himself a speed demon. But also, he's so funny. Hold on.
It's funny.
Yes. So did he have a tribal tattoo?
He had
Like-
tattoos. I don't know necessarily tribal.
So do you know what I mean? Like it's almost like abstract. It's like
Yeah.
circles around the arm or something.
Yes.
Okay. And also like, do you like 80s and 90s music?
Oh yeah.
So funny. He kept showing me Guns N' Roses and Pearl Jam.
Guns N' Roses is his favorite. He has a Guns N' Roses
I love it.
tattoo.
I love it. We were just talking about
That's
tattoos. I love
Slash.
that. I love that. Did you say Slash?
Tattoo.
With the hat. I love it. Okay. And also he could draw, right?
Oh yes, he loved to draw.
Okay. Because he just showed me like he could draw his tattoos or he could draw. And you gave him everything he ever wanted. And he just wants to give back. He just wants to let you know. Yeah. Like, and also I don't know if this is true or not. Was he into skateboards?
Yeah.
He just kept showing me like the decks hanging on the wall with the trucks. Do you know what I'm talking about? The trucks or the wheels. And like also, oh my God, what's his name? Like, remember the old Gator one? I don't know why he's trying to show me boards that my references are from like the 80s and 90s. My feet got way too big for that. But he just loves it. And he shows me like the half pipes and also snowboarding.
Yeah.
He just would do, he just liked to have fun. He just liked to have fun.
Yes.
And also he had a very good relationship with his dad, right?
No.
So does he have a stepdad?
Yes.
Okay. Is he close with him? Was he?
Yes. Yes.
The way I'm getting this is like, say hi to dad,
Okay.
but I get it in a way that is, might be stepdad.
Okay. Yeah,
That make more sense? I just want to make
Yeah,
sure I'm right on this.
for
I don't want to
sure.
represent it wrong.
for sure.
Okay. Because when you said no to me, I was very, very, like, I felt like, nope, this is correct. And I need to honor the way that I'm getting it. Not because I want to be right, but I want to make sure that I'm a good ambassador for them. He keeps giving me like, you got it. You got it. He's really funny.
Yes.
And also there's this funny thing, like he could pick up anything really quick.
Yes. He
Right.
was-
And also, did you guys like used to play Uno?
when he was little, yeah.
So
yeah.
could he take cards and shuffle them really quickly?
I don't remember.
I don't know why I'm getting this. I keep seeing almost like magic tricks.
He loved
Like-
magic, and we did
Okay,
magic.
fair
shows
enough.
and- yeah.
You did magic shows. Fair enough. Like he kept showing me like bent cards with something underneath, or you have to pick the card.
Yeah.
And also you have a deck of tarot cards
I have caught. Yes, like I've taken some.
or
when I've had-
oracle cards.
Yes,
Is that right? All right. He just keeps making like almost making fun of you, but he loves it.
he makes fun of me. Yes.
Yeah, totally. Like almost like, oh, come on, ma. But he's really, really fun. And he
He is
just needs you to know that he wants you to believe. And also, did he used to wear like jeans and cut the bottoms off?
He was very creative, probably.
Okay. So I keep getting it in a way that like my jeans are too big and like almost like skater jeans. And they're the bottom, I don't know. My language for that kind of stuff is limited for fashion and flowers and furniture, the 3 F's. And also he does make me feel like, who's Matt?
Max,
Who's that?
my son, his brother.
Okay. Oh, Max. I'm sorry. Okay. So he doesn't have anything to do with December?
No.
I can't get off of that. Maybe it has to do with your dad, but he just keeps showing me also. So is Max getting married?
No. No.
So is he 26?
No.
How old is he?
He's 17.
All right, maybe it's a prediction. I don't know. So would your son have been 26 now?
So my cousin who passed before my son has a brother that just got married this past
I'll take it.
week.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Fair
wonder if
enough.
that's what it is. Yeah.
So first I need to give a shout out to Max from your son. And then I'll kind of, I missed that, but he just kept making me feel like he heard wedding bells. He just needs him to know that like he sees it, he's there.
Well,
And,
Max figured he's never going to get married.
Too much internet. Also, Max is the gamer.
A little bit, yeah.
He just wants you to have fun with him and not, and it's okay that he's different. Do you understand that? Like he does. He makes me feel like they're just different personalities, but similar, but different in their likes. And also he just keeps showing me like pencil drawings,
Yeah.
like a sketchbook.
Yes. They have his
Um,
book.
And is he the one that played the guitar?
Yes.
Excellent. That making me feel like my like blisters on my fingers from trying to
Yeah.
play the guitar and figure stuff out. So do you still have his electric guitar?
We have a guitar. I think he must have sold it, but we have a guitar that he gifted to my other son. Yes.
Is it an acoustic or electric?
Acoustic.
Okay. But he had an electric.
Yes.
I play, so I can feel the difference. He kept showing me like bending the notes on an electric guitar.
Yes.
And it was kind of like a BC Rich, like maybe 80s-ish cutout, like a rock cutout.
Probably.
He's just trying to give you everything he can because he loves you.
I love him too.
He knows. One other thing. So, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Would it make sense that Max had a little bit of trouble with school last year or this year?
Yes.
He just makes me feel like don't get too worried about it. He just wants you to know, like, he'll find his own path. It's not going to be the conventional one.
Okay.
Okay. And like that's okay. Some of
Yeah.
it will be, but he's like, he's going to do his own thing anyway. And almost like in a way, he has a little bit to prove. Not in a bad way. He just keeps talking about it like it turns into ambition. And he just wants you to trust that you're a really good mom and nothing's going to happen to him.
Thank you.
Nothing's going to happen to him. I have this weird other thing. I don't know what to do with this. So just humor me on this, okay? Do you collect dolls?
I have, but they're all with my mom.
Fair enough. Your mom's living?
Yes.
Okay, so he just kept showing me like very unique dolls. And like, I know that's not something he would be interested in, but if it brings you to your mom, he was close with your mom.
Yes, very close.
So just understand that he's trying to bring her in and say, hi, grandma. And like almost teasing about the dolls in a way, because some of them he calls some of them are creepy to him.
Yeah.
Right? Like he shows me like Annabelle and then like shows me like, but some of them are soft and handmade, correct?
Some, yeah, some.
Okay. And then he shows me the Russian doll thing that goes in and out.
Oh yeah, we did have one of those. Yeah.
Okay. So just know it's his way. I know it sounds odd, but these are usually pretty quick. Hold on. So do you have a skateboard of his signed?
No, I have a skateboard, but it's not signed.
You do. Okay. Is the skateboard have wheels or are they off?
Wheels. They do have wheels.
He keeps showing me like almost like he's something about Tony Hawk. I don't know what he's trying to show me. Maybe he's just exaggerating the impression about the skating, like it's very important to him.
And it
Like
was.
a kickflip.
Yes,
Like I
he
got to
loved
work
it
on my kickflip, right? I'm going to stand outside and ollie and kickflip.
all the time.
And like his shoes are very particular for skating.
Yes.
Like they had to be cons or flat with grip on them. I don't know.
Yes.
He just loves that you loved him.
I love him. I do.
And I love you back. Don't worry about it. And just know that you were a really good mom. And like, he couldn't have asked for a better life. All right. And I know that there's a little bit of separation within the family, but he just keeps saying like, it was on him to figure that out because you gave him everything. Okay. So it's not dad's fault and it's not your fault. He wants to own the responsibility for his behaviors and his recklessness. Do you understand? It's very important because I know there's a resentment here with dad.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, he won't let it go. Like he wanted to keep it light so that he could drop this little bomb in there. Okay. Like any animosity that you hold towards dad, like dad's hurting too.
Mm-hmm.
Dad hurts too. And dad has his own issues.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he just keeps making me feel like he's not a mistake. And if you're angry at dad, he's a mistake. All right. Because you two played into that together. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I want to call him a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't mean to like make light of that for him, but he's just showing that he forgave him and he hopes that you can find it in your heart to do the same. And even if it's for your son right now, eventually it'll help you out because any resentment or animosity that you don't own will own you. And he does not want any kind of heaviness or emotional residue taking up any space in your light. Okay. Keeps talking about, so did you name a star after him? Say no.
No.
So he keeps showing me like almost like astrological or astronomy chart, like charts of the sky. I'm not exactly sure why. Is that something that you're interested in or no?
He was very interested in all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's very unusual for me to see this, but it was like tying and that there were 13 months instead of 12, he keeps talking about. Like these things he would find out that he reveled in.
It sounds like him.
Okay.
Hmm.
And no matter what you do, he's always connected to you. I'll leave you with that. Um, he just wants you to remember his laugh.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Right? And also, I have to say this, it makes me feel like I'm here and I'm not. There's no pain.
Good.
Okay. Uh, like he was almost surprised and in some ways a little bit relieved.
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand that? Because there's an emotional sensitivity with him that's can go dark.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't want to feel anything because it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And you couldn't save him from himself.
No.
Right. But that's not your job. All right. You just keep saying, all right, Ma, gotta go.
Thank
Love
you
you.
so much.
Yeah. And there's something here about December. He won't let it go. So just remember I said that.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna come to me in December.
Maybe, but I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that was so excellent. Oh my goodness. It's always so much fun to listen to these readings and to learn about these incredible kids who are all friends with all of our kids on the other side. And we have 3 more minutes. It would be great to just tell everyone that all of their kids are here and maybe just explain how that works.
Yeah. So let me say this. Thank you so much for having me, first of all. I know it was like chaotic in the beginning, but I've got to say, I've never had a spirit come through and tell me they were stuck in between. I've never had a spirit come through and say they were in a bad place. I've never had a spirit come through and say they were angry, they were hurting, or they were like moping around, still trying to heal. And I've heard all sorts of stuff from different mediums. And I'm the biggest skeptic of everything I get. And all I can tell you is that if it doesn't help or it doesn't heal, it's probably BS and not real. They're always trying to come through and give you things that help you. If you know any worry about them or any concern that if you do this or you do that, they might think this or they might think that, it's a waste of energy. And I get it. I get it. But like I get a lot of people that feel stuck and they're not sure if they should do this or do that. The one thing I would say, they're home, we're visiting, right? We all go home sometime. And I know that doesn't make it maybe what we want, but I would say that the validation of life after life may be partially for them, but honestly, mediumship is for the living. Because if there's life after life, which there is, and there's a semblance of being able to prove that, then your life is worth living and you're exactly where you're supposed to be, whether you like it or not. So you might as well accept it. And I think accepting that our children are in spirit in a different form, but are alive, but they're in a different form, can be confusing and hard. And if you look for signs, be open, be like, hey, show me something I can't miss in the next 3 days or in the next week. Don't be like at 2:22, show me a red cardinal with one eye, right? Like be realistic. And if you give them open opportunities, they'll always try to come through. But the more that I find that people are like, I'm going to sit and meditate and talk to them, I want to have a conversation, it actually gets harder. You shrink the bandwidth. I don't know why that is. I don't get to talk to my people. It only happens for other people. So I have a lot of love and respect for you. And I'm so grateful you guys have HPH. And Elizabeth, Irene, and Kathy, thank you so much. And I'm just so honored to be a part of this. And hopefully I get to meet some of you in August.
Yes, Drew
Yeah.
is going to be at the conference, which is going to be amazing. And he was at the conference let's see, in 2024 as well.
Yeah.
I just am always so hyped up after every gallery reading that you do, Drew. It's always so nice to hear from our kids, and it's really important for all of you to know that all of our kids were here tonight. The ones that got through are the ones that are being pushed through by our kids who are
I
helping.
always feel that here. I feel like there's like this onslaught of like the crowd starts coming in and they're like, no, me, no, me, no, me. I love that. And I think that it's unique for parents, I think, but for here, like definitely if you got a wink or a hello from heaven, take it as a hello from heaven. They do the best. They do the best they can. I didn't mean to cut you off, Elizabeth.
You didn't cut me off. Kathy is reminding everybody that if you did get a validation story, please send it to me at elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org so that I can include it in our newsletter. It's always so much fun, first of all, for Drew to see these kids And also, second of all, for all of the parents who were on here to be able to identify these kids and see them. So, and everyone's saying thank you in the chat box. It's really fun that we have all these features on Zoom now with the hearts and everything else. And he had so many hearts this evening. It's always fun to see that too. So, Irene, did you have something that you wanted to say?
No, thanks, Drew. Great night. And
Oh, thank you.
so much fun. Thanks, Kathy, for being here. And yeah, we always ask everyone to unmute and say thank you and good night. And we'll see everybody soon.
Oh, and also I do a free meditation every Monday night at 9
Drew.
p.m. Eastern, if you're
Oh.
interested. No, my pleasure for being
How
here.
do we
Thank
find
you.
that, Drew? Is it on your
Yeah.
website?
If you go to the website and you look at events or classes, it's a free guided meditation every Monday night at 9. It's a really cool group of people. And I just guide us into a nice, quiet, calm space. And where the unexpected is where the magic happens. So I just leave it free, flexible, and open. It seems to be very healing for people. So if you're interested, please come.
Thank you.
I'm sure
Thank
you'll have a
you.
lot of people joining.
you, Drew.
Have
Thank
a
you,
wonderful
Drew.
day,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks, Drew. Good night.
Ladies,
you.
you guys are the best. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you guys soon.
Night, everybody.
Good night. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.